Hey guys, farm update. Look at the new merch. Ha! Merch. Not really a merch. So smoky. Hey guys, back at the farm. So what are we up to and what have we been doing? I haven't posted so much in the last 2 weeks because we have uh, we have done a few things. So number one, we're digging a well. We are digging a well because the weather is turning in this part of the world, and in the Philippines we get 2 seasons: the wet season, which has a lot of rain and a lot of wind, um, and the dry season, which has no rain and still a lot of wind. So both can be devastating to our farm. Wet season because it's, too much rain will drown our plants, and no rain will dry our plants. So in anticipation of the dry season, and dry season is dry, they shut down the water irrigation canal that runs through the property, and that's because it's rice harvest time, and when they harvest rice it has to be very very dry. So they shut down the water source that's being fed from the river, a few miles away from here, and it goes out to the other river a few miles down, um, and the whole stretch gets shut. So I will potentially have no water supply for the chilies, and that will be the critical period for my chilies, because then that's the flowering stage. They are nearing that flowering stage now, so I need to have a good steady source of water, for obviously for watering them and for fertilizing them. And that brings us to the well. A few days ago I have made a decision to have a well dug on property. It's going to be a very 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 deep well because the property is on a mountainside. So before they hit the waterbed, they will have to dig several meters deep. I think at this point right now they are already about 10 meters deep, and it's still dry. They still haven't hit the waterbed. So I was told by the diggers, who are seasoned well diggers, that they will probably take a few more days of hardcore 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. digging before they see water. We will have to wait. I will show you how it looks like in a short bit. So that's the well. There are no workers here today because the well diggers have been asked to finish another project that they have started. So they're finishing that up. They will come back tomorrow and start digging this well again. So they're shifting here and there. And then my farmers, for the past 2 days, we have collected dried leaves. We have uprooted grass that's now growing back in the farm. So just the regular farm upkeep, and that was why we got really really busy. Plus, on Sunday, and it's a sad story. On Sunday, the only day that I did not come to the farm, a lot of the seedlings that I have planted, several hundred of them, Carolina Reapers, dried up because there was a heat wave on Sunday and I did not anticipate that. Lesson learned for me. um, yeah. So I hope we can resurrect some of them, at least a good number of them. I've put them in the back of the hut where there's shade. I'm I've been hardening them just right here downstairs, and I did not anticipate that there was going to be a heat wave, and many did not make it. So by the time I came back on Monday, a lot of them dried already. They got cooked. Yeah, it was a bit sad. Weeks of weeks of hard work germinating those seeds um, ended up to that. It's a setback because I wanted to expand the farm using those seedlings, and that will definitely set us back a few more weeks again. But we carry on. We just keep planting and planting and planting and planting. Hopefully, we learn things along the way. We learn lessons along the way. Yeah, it was tough to see those seedlings that I've worked so hard on wilted when I came back on Monday. The ones downstairs did not really wilt because they're under the tree and they're being shaded by the big canopy of this tree right in front of me. So, and they've already been growing for the past month, so they've already hardened off. I'm just waiting for them to grow their like a few true leaves before I transplant them, and those are all habaneros, yellow habaneros. About 180 have sprouted, but the reapers pains my heart. Pains my heart to see the reapers not making it. But that's all right. We plant again. We plant and plant and plant until we get the toughest seeds germinating and the toughest survivors, and that's what we put in the farm, and that will guarantee us a good pedigree of future generation plants, hopefully. So yeah. So that's that. And the reason why I didn't come on Sunday is because for the past several weeks I've been so busy at the farm, and I wanted to spend that Sunday with my family, and we went to the beach. I didn't even take pictures, I didn't take videos, I just went to the sea and swam and swam and swam until it was time to go home. And I missed, spending that time with my daughter, with Mutia. We went to explore some reefs just off the coast. So swam several hundred meters to the reef, and then went diving, snorkeling in the reef. That's Mutia's, experience swimming with fish, swimming with coral, swimming with seaweed. And I want to teach her those things. Yeah. Even the strawberries have ripe fruit already, ready for picking. And I was hoping I could get Mutia to come to the farm and pick some strawberries. But then when I came back on Monday, they're dried strawberries. So I think I have a few here. Let me see. I took some. Yeah. There you go. That's how they look like. Shriveled. So I'll probably stick these in the soil, and maybe we can have new strawberry plants. They grow, they germinate. But yeah. It's tough, but it is what it is. Let me show you around. Let me show you the well. Okay, so here are new Carolina Reaper seeds that I have stuck again in soil with hopes of them all sprouting and germinating, and that's what happened to some of the seedlings. If you see, they got cooked. There, that's my holy basil that got cooked. This is the peppermint. The strawberries are fine, but the fruit got cooked. That's another peppermint right there. Yeah, it was tough. That heat wave. Luckily, the peppers are okay. I mean, the chilies over there, they're okay. Some of them wrinkled a bit, but they're fine. So, and this is where I've transferred them, just behind the hut. And there's a bit of shade. There's circulation. Hopefully, we can get a few of them to revive. Let me show you where the well is. It's so quiet in the farm today, and I like it. This is the well. We can't see the bottom because it's, yeah, very deep already. And that's the amount of earth they dug out. So this kind of soil is not really very good for doing anything, because as soon as they get taken out of the hole from the well, they dry up and they're very, very, very clayey, and they dry so easily and they harden. So not very good for our plants. See, it's dust, almost crumbly. So when you water these, they will not retain water, and when they dry up, they harden, they cake up. So not very good for planting. But I think I'll use this earth to improve some of my landscaping, and improve the slope over there, which I have planted with several aloe veras and herbs and whatnot. So yeah. Yeah, so there's the irrigation canal. It's still flowing. The water is still consistent, but in a few weeks time it will dry up, and they will shut the water intake, which is why we need a well. Now these survived because they're under the canopy of a big tree, and I'm really, really, really happy that, you know, they survived. So I will still have some yellow habaneros that I'm excited to put in the farm. Hopefully they all make it. And then we've got our little ornamentals here. This is the purple flash. Yep, purple flash. And this, you see the leaves, they have wilted and browned a bit. And this is the pockmark orange. So there's that. And then I've got my little herb pots here. Excuse me. This is our eggplant seedlings. So there's about 100 of them, and they're going to be put in that enclosure over there. So we will have eggplants. So these are now how our chilies are looking like. Yeah, look at this little baby here. It's already flowering. Yeah, there's already a flower. So we are nearing the, you know, the sensitive phase of our farm where we have flowers, and then right after that, fruit. And a few months from now, we'll be harvesting chilies. There we go. Yeah, nice and clean without any grass. The boys did a good job yesterday and the day before cleaning them. You see, this is our watering system. So we get the water from the canal, from the irrigation canal over there, fill up these drums. That's what we use for watering these plants. With that well completed, we'll put a pump, a water pump, and a water tank that will feed the irrigation, so watering will be easier this time around. It will be easier, it will be more efficient, and we can mist the plants as needed when the sun is too hot. So just to prevent them from wilting, we can spray them with mist. And yeah, so these are some of my vegetables. You see there, so there, that's what happened on Sunday. They have, and this was already long, but you see they wilted off. It's all right. And this is what we did yesterday. So we tied them to poles. You see there's a little zip tie over there, and that prevents them from swaying too much in the wind and breaking the stems. Yeah, so there you see the wind is pretty strong here, and we don't want the chilies to break, so we anchor them on sticks using these wire ties. Not too tight, very loosely, to allow them to, freedom of swaying, freedom of movement. They all have their rights. But, enough to not cause them to break. Now our pumpkins are already growing. So we've got pumpkins. There we go. Those are pumpkins. And they will creep down slope, and that will help the slope from eroding. We will also put some cucumber, which reminds me, I need to get the cucumber seeds and plant cucumbers. Our little herb patch. This also reminds me that I need to expand my herb patch. So that's another pumpkin right there. Here's another pumpkin right here. So the pumpkins are going to creep down slope and fill the slope with vines and creepers. And over here, I know I've mentioned so many plans for this space right here, but I have decided finally to use this space as my eggplant garden. Yeah, we'll have eggplants over here. Yeah, so many plants, and they keep changing, and that is what it is, right? It's the nature of having a farm. You adapt to what's needed and to what what will survive. Yeah, there's the Chingado farm. Update on, I don't even know what date today is. I think the 10th of March. So I've got a few here that are already flowering and oh, I want to show you my apocalypse scorpion. So this was transferred from the hydroponic bucket at home, and look at that. Isn't she scary? She is very scary. So this is the apocalypse scorpion pepper that the seeds of these came from the batch that I bought from the States. Yeah, I'm waiting for this to ripen. Then I have, oops, yup. This was supposed to be a Peruvian variety, and this already died. It died because it got flooded on during the typhoon season in December. I stuck the dead twig in hydroponic solution, and miraculously it made it, but it never grew tall. So you see, this is my finger, and that's how, oh, my hand, and that's how big it is. But it's fruiting already, and the fruit are also very tiny. So we will see if there's going to be an improvement to that. This is the lemon Starches from Kangstar. There's already a tiny pod, oh, tiny growth right there. So that's a lemon Starches. I'm waiting for this to come out. So there's a teeny weeny flower over there. Should be anytime now. So this is, I think, a Primo, yep, Primo X, and that's the green Scorpion X. There's plenty of little growth. Yeah. So from the apocalypse scorpion all the way to the tree and coming back over here are the non-reaper varieties. You go all the way there, and those are all your reaper varieties. So yeah. Beautiful day. Beautiful view of the sea. I don't know if you can see some of the windmills in that horizon over there. There's a bird flying and chirping, building its nest. I just hope you don't pester my plants, and we'll live harmoniously. Beautiful day at the Chingado farm. Very quiet day today, which, you know, I'm enjoying. And yeah, until the next update, this is Chingado Master signing off for now.